Stephen Curry goes down, Andrew Wiggins is out, and the Warriors traded their second overall pick for a player that turned out to be injured and may not even be available when they need him. The Warriors are now a 500 team. That must mean the season is over, right? Well, maybe in an alternate universe, because despite these facts, the Golden State Warriors managed to put on one of the most impressive displays of the post-All-Star break performances.
The ball, down the lane, Kuminga, the push-ahead pull, and he'll dunk it down.
Since the trade deadline, the Warriors have applied maximum pressure on the top teams in the Western Conference, racking up 5 straight wins in a stretch that included multiple back-to-back games and double-digit come-from-behind wins, breaking records the whole way. Is this the Warriors team of old? Are the Warriors back? Hey, what's happening, everyone? This is Swish. On the back of this 5-game win streak, the Warriors stormed into the 5th spot in the Western Conference on the heels of the Phoenix Suns. The final win over the New Orleans Pelicans put the Warriors just 4 games behind the Memphis Grizzlies, who are currently the 2nd seed. Now, there are 3 interesting developments for Golden State at this point in the season, and some of these facts are just downright unfair when we consider the fact that this team just came off a championship last year. Be sure to watch till the end because the last fact is pretty exciting. We're going to go over some of these insane developments, but before that, if you've been watching my videos and enjoy the content, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on all notifications so you get all my latest uploads. That being said, let's get to it. This has been a tough overall season for the Warriors. Despite the fact that the team just came off a championship, they struggled to start the season. After losing most of their bench and defensive coach in Mike Brown, they struggled to even get to the 500 mark. With Curry and Wiggins being injured and in and out of the lineups multiple times, the season looked bleak. Klay Thompson had yet to catch a rhythm. Steve Kerr couldn't find minutes for Wiseman despite the expectations set for him, and then he went down with an injury to top it off. All that was going on, and Jordan Poole's defense looked like this. To make matters worse, they lost games to the tanking Pistons on the home court, couldn't win any close games, and would regularly lose double-digit leads. The team looked an absolute mess. Needless to say, the Warriors were again being counted out as contenders. At the trade deadline after the Warriors had acquired Gary Payton II, Sports Illustrated had the Warriors ranked 16th in power rankings, while NBC had them ranked 17th behind the Hawks and the Timberwolves. Fans were calling for the team to tank because, with Curry and Payton injured, Wiggins out, every game on the calendar looked like a scheduled loss. Almost everyone figured the Warriors were done. Unbeknownst to everyone else, however, the team had other plans, and these guys were about to go off. One of the first notable things we'll look at is the absolute domination showed by Klay Thompson in this stretch. Did you know that the month of January and February of this year were the best performing months of Klay Thompson's entire career? Check this one off for the record books. In his last 15 games, the Splash Brother has been raining fire, averaging 25.5 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists, while shooting 45% from 3 in 34 minutes per game. That alone is enough to flip a switch for the Warriors, but it didn't stop there. Klay did this while playing in multiple back-to-back games. Many of you should already know that up until the last week, Klay hasn't played in back-to-back games since 2019. We're in 2023, so that's just about 4 years. This is the Klay Thompson that the Warriors had back when the Dubs played the Blazers in the Western Conference Finals. This is the Klay Thompson Chuck said was washed. This is the Klay Thompson the league was not expecting to return to Golden State. This is scary. The next interesting thing to note about the Warriors' recent developments is twofold and was a nightmare a few weeks back. About a month ago, I uploaded a video about Steph Curry being injured indefinitely. During a game against the Dallas Mavericks, Curry went down with an ankle injury that occurred on a drive by McKinley Wright on a layup attempt. This was Curry's second injury of the year, so that was pretty significant. With the team already struggling, no one expected anything positive. The plan was to hope for the best and to try to stay around 500 till Curry returns. With multiple back-to-back games ahead and Klay yet to be cleared to participate, it honestly wasn't looking great. Things then took a shocking turn. The Warriors, without Stephen Curry, have actually performed better than they had so far this year while Curry was healthy. This has been one of the oddest turn of events, and while a bit crazy, means very good things for Golden State. This is the first time the Warriors legitimately looked like they could function without Steph, and this revelation couldn't have come at a better time. That, as you know, resulted in the 5-0 run, and, well, as it turns out, Steve Kerr thinks Curry might be ready to play as early as Sunday. This is a pretty big deal, so the Warriors go on a run only to have Steph Curry return to the lineup after. This is a Warrior-Lakers showdown, so if you're one of the first ones to view this video, you have time, make sure you don't miss it. So things are already looking up for the Warriors, but with this third and final development, the Warriors are clearly looking to cause some major damage. He's seemingly the X factor for this year's Warriors team. There was a reason that the Warriors were okay with moving on from James Wiseman, and his name happens to rhyme with Jonathan Kuminga. JK has made huge strides in his sophomore year with the team and appears to be exactly what the franchise was hoping he would become, maybe even more. His last 4 games, Kuminga has a total plus 40 in the plus-minus box while averaging 17 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2 steals. He's above 34% on threes for the year, making 5 of his last 7, and puts incredible defensive pressure on opposing team offenses. Kerr regularly tasks Kuminga with guarding the opposing team's best offensive player, putting him on Luka Doncic as well as Damian Lillard, just to name a few. Despite guarding these guys effectively, he effortlessly switches to guarding bigs in the paint. He makes high IQ plays as he reads the floor on offense and seeing plays before they develop. Even Iguodala can't get enough of JK's progress and how well he's been doing. The two obviously spend a lot of time together. Kuminga jumps passing lanes and racks up a lot of steals. To top it all off, he has enough athleticism to land himself on a highlight reel at the end of each game. I mean, when they constantly refer to you as the human helicopter, it's kinda hard not to. He's currently one of the best young two-way players in the league, doing this at just 20 years old. This last run has been exactly what the Warriors needed to lock in on a decent seeding position for this year's playoffs. The bloodbath in the Wild Wild West continues, but the team seems to be headed in the right direction. Wins on both sides of a back-to-back, Klay Thompson back in rhythm, Curry returning to the lineup, and Jonathan Kuminga develop into a star are all pointing to one thing: playoff domination. Hopefully Wiggins is able to work out the off-court issues that's kept him away from the team and he returns healthy. In addition to that, the Dubs still have the GP2 card later in the season. A healthy starting 5 plus Poole, Payton, DiVincenzo, Jamichael, and Kuminga coming off the bench is a terrifying 10-man lineup for a playoff team. It's about to get real. I know the rest of the league doesn't want to see this team healthy once the playoffs start. Thanks for watching. Till next time, swish.